Hi, my name is Gerhard Schwantner and welcome to Selling Power TV. Today we have the pleasure of speaking with Chris Nealand, and he's the CEO of Cult Collective. Welcome, Chris.
Thank you.
How did you come up with that name?
My business partner actually, I remember him writing it down on a whiteboard one day saying, "I've nailed it, here's what we're going to call ourselves." And it was the right degree of literalness and provocativeness that we loved, because we were building a new business that was really devoted towards advocacy.
So what is the mission of your company?
We try to help brands redeploy their marketing resources away from acquisition-based activities and into retention and advocacy-based activities. Right. In the US alone, they spend over $180 billion on acquisition-based media, not counting the markdowns and promotions that those commercials oftentimes are promoting. And we're not anti-advertising, we just think the pendulum has swung way far to the left of just begging and bribing people to shop, when the real opportunity for brands to become beloved is when you invest in your existing customers and get them to repeat purchase and to refer.
So give me an example of where you helped a company achieve their objectives through your solution.
One that comes to mind would be the Home Depot. Home Depot is a $80 billion retail success story in America, but they built their brand on a do-it-yourself mentality. That's changed. The research a few years ago revealed that more people now want to pay somebody to do it for them. Right. So what do you do when you're an $80 billion retailer that your do-it-yourselfer has now become a do-it-for-me kind of customer? So we were brought in to help them reimagine, not going back to the airwaves and to try to compete against themselves, but rather to invest in customer experiences and to understand which tasks would they do themselves and which would they be more likely to outsource.
So how would you help companies that are not a big Home Depot, but a small or mid-sized company, sort of redefine and re-engineer and transform the customer experience?
Yeah, well, we actually prefer the little companies. When we look at the cult brands across North America, most of them are privately held, not publicly held. Wall Street has a way of ruining what it is that makes brands really special. So we get to start in a much better place of what's possible. And we always take them through the same process of understanding there's really 6 to 10 things that the best cult brands on the planet do, and we simply expose them to that playbook and we assist them if there's areas where they need some complementary help.
What will be the top 3 on this playbook?
There's a lot of lipstick being put on pigs, if you will. There's just a lot of bad product, bad services that advertising tries to make seem better than it really is. Right. So we tell clients, stop telling people you're great and let's just actually go do something that's great.
Tell us about your book that came out on February 17th, 2017.
So Fix is a book that plays off of the metaphor of a drug addiction. Because we have found that for the big brands, most of the time their behavior mimics that of a drug addict, and that when we talk with the leaders, they know their behavior is harmful, but they continue to do it anyway because of either legacy systems or legacy metrics or just habitual behavior. Right. So we have to kind of convince them. In fact, many retailers refer to their flyers as heroin. They know that this is bad for their brand, but they believe that it's working, that it gives them this high, this stimuli. Right. And so the book is really intended to be an intervention and to give brands, take them through a rehab process, much like we would with a patient that had to go wean off of some substance abuse.
So you've been in operation 5 years. Yep. How has life accelerated for you because of that?
It's been fantastic. I used to be, on the dark side. I used to be a more traditional ad agency guy. I consider myself a bit of a turncoat and kind of saw the light and grew a conscience and decided I didn't want to do that anymore. But I love the fact that what we're doing now is very substantive. Marketing communications, if we're not careful, can be very superficial. Yes. It's fun, it's creative, it's humorous, it's entertaining, but it's not engaging. Right. And so I like the fact that we now have a seat at the big kid table where we can talk about real problems and not just what's the ad to tell people about our stuff.
So for anybody who would like to get more information, your website is?
Just cultideas.com.